In the madness that is watch collecting, it's quite easy to fall into the typical horology traps, like value for money, accuracy ratings, X, Y, or Z brand killers, etc. You know what I'm talking about. And to be fair, there's a reason why we fixate on those things, because there's truth to them, and they matter. It does, however, become an issue when that becomes the only thing we focus on. They're part of the process, but when it becomes the only process, then this whole thing mutates into something insufferably boring. Which is why I have a strong preference for the random outcasts of the watch market that manage to avoid the spotlight, hype, or adulation. Being tucked away quietly in the corner protects them from the tired tropes of the mainstream collector and exists solely for the sake of pure enjoyment. This Komandirskie is a reminder of that essence of pure enjoyment. Firstly, as a Vostok, it's a perpetual middle finger to the watch community, so already I love it. But also, take the things I mentioned before, like value for money and all that stuff, and throw it out the window. None of that applies here. This is a watch that you buy because you like it, and that's all. There's no focus on some arbitrary obsession to horological perfection or a mythical concept of value. It's just a clean-ass watch and damn everything else. Nobody is buying this because of the spotlight. It is simply pure, unadulterated watch collecting joy. It's listed as a pilot's watch, but in practice and design, even with the rotating bezel, I see it more as a field watch. You'd be surprised at how hard it is to find a regular field watch that also has crown guards, and the execution right here is excellent. Household field watches like the Rolex Explorer and Hamilton Khaki undoubtedly look good, but I've always felt that something was missing, that thing being crown guards. This Komandirskie retains whatever essence it is that make the Explorer and Khaki so appealing, but the crown guards is the subtle addition that makes a big impact. Around the bezel, you'll see a coined edge texturing, which also adds a small but meaningful visual cue. Personally, I don't find that it does anything to make turning the bezel any easier, but between that and the caseback, there's an optical illusion of many layers, like a complex tool or machine composed of several different components. The hint of yellow from the bezel pip, logo, and second hand give just enough contrast to be pleasantly appealing. I get Seiko Flightmaster vibes here. Obviously a very different watch, but another example showcasing how a little bit of yellow goes a long way for the better. The brushed finishing is fucking mint, and really you just can't beat this presentation. This is literally what every single basic bitch watch collector online asks for, and I gotta hand it to them, they've got great taste. As always, I have to give a shout out to the caseback. I've said it a million times before, and I'll say it a million times again. The Vostok caseback is the best caseback in the entire watch market, by a landslide, no contest. I hate saying the phrase for the price, but the fact that for the price of a Vostok you get the best caseback that ever was is a pretty good deal. I guess I should mention that this watch goes for around $170 and you can get it from the Scuba Dude store. If you use the discount code DEGENERATE10, that'll bring it down to around $153. I bought this watch myself and I don't get any kickbacks or commission if you buy it. I'm just a degenerate trying to spread my degeneracy and bring all of you down with me. This watch is powered by an in-house 2415.01 Vostok movement. And all that really means is that it'll keep on ticking and ticking and ticking. And if it stops, just whack it against a hard surface and then it'll tick some more. These mass-produced steel movements are beautifully straightforward and robust, and you just gotta love them for it. Nothing's better than wearing a watch that you don't have to baby. Imagine spending $5,000 on a tool watch and then asking, "Oh geez, am I winding the crown too hard? Am I gonna break it?" Not with this bad boy. You go on ahead and wind the fuck out of that crown. I should probably mention that the strap you see in this video is a DeLucas strap and not from Vostok. That's got nothing to do with Vostok and all to do with the fact that I put DeLucas straps on all of my watches. It's just my preferred brand and I highly recommend them. Surprisingly, the Hamilton Khaki Field bracelet is more or less compatible with this case and doesn't look half bad. At the end of the day, this watch belongs in a military strap, and that's where it really shines. This is probably one of the better purchases I've made this year. This watch is free from attention and popularity, but gives more than any other hype watch can hope to achieve. Anyone can throw money at a store for a good watch, but to get class, elegance, toughness, durability, and charm without breaking the bank, there's nothing better. That's all for now. Stay classy. I sure as hell won't.